Hi, Hayden here, and this video is being shot on my camera. It's not being shot on my cell phone because the lighting conditions are going to change here, and I want to show you something that's going to have unique things on it. And I want, hopefully you'll be able to hear me on this. This is a Toro. It's a zero-turn mower, and this is all the grass and everything I picked up today, washing off the mower. But what I want to talk about here is two things happened today, and I talked about it when I did a little unboxing of a battery charger. But what happened is the battery was so dead that the battery charger wasn't going to help, so I went and bought a new battery. There's a whole bunch of grass and stuff in here. You'll see why in a minute. Alright, let's go ahead and put my little safety key back up here. Now the safety key is for the blades. Underneath this section here, the blades that spin around are. And then this is a lever that you have to kind of He-Man that thing up. And then back down. Anyway, so, but I needed to lower the blade all the way down. It's got 3 blades underneath there. And what happened today, okay, so first off, I had to replace the battery. I had to replace the air filter too. I figured if I was going to replace the battery, I know the air filter is going to be skunked, so I changed that too. And the air filter on this unit is underneath this case, and there are 2 screws that actually hold in, that hold the air filter down nice and tight. Now the other thing is that it's a Toro, so I went to Home Depot and stuff like that. Of course, they have no parts other than a battery, and I wanted the air filter too. So I went to a local John Deere dealership, and they had, because they also use, this is a Kawasaki engine. I don't know if you can actually tell this or not. You should be able to. It says Kawasaki. There's a Kawasaki engine on here. It's a 19 horsepower engine. That's all I know, and I got that as a guess. But at that, they had the right air filter over there at the dealership for the John Deere. And the other thing that happened today, that's the belt. That's the serpentine belt. Now this belt goes around all these pulleys in here, and you got to have it on there because that's what turns the blades. And fortunately, you know, first off, I have to get the new belt. Fortunately, they have this odd-looking picture here, but that's actually the pulley that's underneath the back, you know, underneath the engine behind the seat there in the back. There is a pulley. Let me see if I can see this thing. This will be kind of unique. I have no idea what it looks like under here. Okay, there is a pulley right here. Alright, so this pulley is what drives that belt. So I have to connect that belt here, and then you can see forward, those are the other pulleys. So I connect that belt here, slide it forward up through the front. You got to feed it up through there. Hang on a second. Whew. And then once I feed it up, get the camera in there, look at that. Okay, so you can see that pulley way in the back. That's pretty good, man. This little camera is awesome. Anyway, you can't, I couldn't do this with the phone, I don't think. It certainly wouldn't pick up that pulley in the back. All right. Anyways, so then I feed this, I feed the belt through this section right here. If I can get my finger in the way, through this open air area, and then I follow this diagram, which seems pretty easy enough. To I'm going to take a snapshot of that, so I always have it in case the sticker gets messed up. And then basically I get this pulley set up, and I'm cooking with gas. Now, the lawnmower here has done a lot of work today. This tree over here, let's take a look at this tree. I have reclaimed all of this land back here. All right, you see, there's a big tree limb. I can't ride over stuff like that, of course. But then, and then there's another tree limb back there I decided not to deal with. But then there's like these tree kind of things out there, right here. Those are actually trees starting to grow, and around the center of the trunk as well. I'll get rid of all that stuff. But I was able, I hope the wind is not too bad here. Anyway, so there's nothing I can do about that. So I hope the wind's okay. But anyway, so I reclaimed all of this grass, all that high grass in the back. I didn't get to do that because I had other things to do. There is some other high grass back in this area as well. But way back there, I did get a whole lot of land cut, but I had cut that grass before. All this stuff here underneath the trees, that is reclaimed because that was really high grass and it was a mess. Another thing, you know what? I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to come back, but I'll mention underneath that tree there too. I don't know how well it comes out, but I reclaimed a lot of that too because that was overgrown. And then I'm going to go over to that pen right there and let's take a look at that. Okay, here's a pen. This is actually a concrete slab here. I don't know what was here ever, but there's a cement slab here. But all this grassy area back here, I reclaimed this area. I mean, I rode the lawnmower back up in here. And I just basically put the lawnmower on its highest setting. And all of this, all of where I'm walking right here was way, way overgrown. In just really the bad way. All of this area here was overgrown. There's some sticks back there. I didn't cut back in there because there's too many sticks. And here as well. But the rest of it, man, I just ran the mower up on the highest setting. And then I lowered the blades and did some more cutting. And I got that. Now I want to go show you that road to nowhere. Hang on, we'll go over there next. Okay, I gotta say, it actually looks pretty good from here. The gates are, I just left the gates open. Nice shadow, right? Anyway, so, but this is that road up ahead. And I was able to reclaim all of this. I got the lawnmower in there. And let me turn left here and you can see this down towards the barn. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. I can't tell because the sun's in a really bad spot right now. But this grassy area here was overgrown again. So I got that back. But this area here, this is that road to nowhere I talked about in a previous video. And it was an absolute nightmare. I'm going to go down there and show you a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to go in here a little bit because I think the camera will adjust for it. There you go. Okay, as you can see right here, too bad the white balance isn't perfect, but there's a tree. There's actually a tree growing up in here. So I don't have to hack down that tree. And because the tree's in the way, I really couldn't get back in here with the lawnmower, or could I, right? So this is still kind of overgrown, but what I did is I got that bushwhacker tool and I got back there. I think I got another 20 yards of that stuff to weed whack out, or to hack out. And then, so yeah, no, so I think it came out really, really well. And I'm very, very happy with this. Let me show you the other thing I did today before I broke my machine again. All right, before we leave the road to nowhere, which I'm very, very happy with so far. Oh, by the way, you can see I just heaved some of this stuff over the fence. But this is the other area. There were animals in here. I don't know what they had at some point in time, but obviously they had something. And but this area here, this grass isn't that bad. And then I think I can get a lot of that that's under that tree back there. This tree area here. And I think I can get a lot of that too. Certainly the bushwhacker will do a good job. And then way back there, in the woods there, you see that's the apartment back there. That's hilarious. Anyway, so let me show you again. Let me go show you what I did. This is the other road that goes up towards the house. And then I'm going to show you the house and a field. All right, again, sorry about the wind. There's nothing I can do about that. But there's one of these old oak trees out here. That's that area I was talking about before that I was able to clean up around. The wind's going to nail the microphone now. This is a huge field that was really, really bad. Not too bad, really, but it's really overgrown and it's just a huge field. I just need to cut that and that will go really quickly. Now the front of the house here, I call it the front of the house, really the front of the house is around the corner there. But all this grass over here, I just really didn't get all this done last time I was up here. So I go ahead and I went and got that done. I think it looks really, very, very nice. I put the blades down a little bit lower. And I got a lot of this area around the front of the house, around the whole house actually, up close to the house. I got a lot of that done. Now that field behind there, there's a fence. And then the field behind it, I have not cut yet. It's really unfortunate that well, I'm surprised that that belt held up as long as it did, to tell you the truth. So this field here I didn't do. But then at that gate, that field on the other side of that fence, I did all that entire thing. And then there's trees out there behind there is like, and this tree here too, in fact. As a matter of fact, this tree over here on the left, look at this. I got all this cleaned up with the riding mower. Okay, so the riding mower was able to get in there on a high setting, and then I put it on a low setting, but there are some branches back there, under there that I didn't want to mess around with too much. This tree out here, I got that back. I need to trim the branches. I'll talk about that in later videos. But there's other trees out there in the distance, and I actually got underneath the canopies there and cleaned those out. They were all overgrown like that one there, but I'll be getting that one back too. As soon as I get my new serpentine belt tomorrow, I will be back in business with the riding mower. Okay, that's good enough for this video. Just some information about property upkeeping and all that. And then of course I have to go back by the barn and reclaim a field over there, which is easy enough to reclaim. I have to maintain all of the area. As I reclaim area, I have to maintain it. You know what, I'll make another video specifically on that. And then there's another field behind this little band of trees, or stand of trees, I guess, whatever. There's another field behind there that I have to reclaim from scratch. All right, that'll do it for now until I catch you in the next video. Take care and be well.